welcome back everyone to the video series dedicated show on MTV that officially has no more rookie teams. Woo! I am so excited, but before we can get to that point, let's start off where last episode left off, and that was Emmy going up against Esther in Rage Cage Elimination, Emmy winning, stealing CT as her new partner, and making Berna and Huey a new partnership, and coming into this episode and heading back to the house. Emmy is so excited. Somebody who is not excited is Berna, who is talking to her group of friends about feeling betrayed and hurt and blindsided, which, you know what, it just happened, and she's venting it all out. I'm sure she won't talk about it for the rest of this episode. Nelson overhears Berna feeling very upset about it, so he goes and talks to Emmy, congratulating her for her win, but then is like, hey, why didn't you just tell Berna the truth that you were gonna steal CT? You were like sisters, and nothing constructive comes out of this conversation, and Devin even puts a cherry on top by saying, hey, do you know who Berna voted for in the last nomination ceremony? This guy. Making the target on Berna's back bigger and bigger and bigger. Then we move on to the next morning where we have Big T, Tori, and Bettina all skinny dipping in the pool. Emmanuel decides to join them, and in this moment we get to hear how Tori and Emmanuel feel about each other. They like each other's vibes. They're feeling what each other is putting down. So I think that this is signifying and foreshadowing that they're going to be making out in like the next episode or in the very near future. Then the unthinkable happens. Jeremiah gets some screen time, and he's talking about how he has respect for Big T. He likes Big T as a person, but as a partner, he's looking for other options, signifying to me that he's definitely going to be going into the elimination this episode. I mean, he hasn't gotten like any screen time since episode 1, so yeah. We also get a conversation between Bettina and Priscilla about possibly going into the elimination very, very soon. They're the only two rookie women who haven't been into the elimination, and their time is coming sooner rather than later, and Priscilla is just like, I'm gonna always be mentally ready, and I feel like I'm gonna be comfortable going down there when my time is called. And then we go to a conversation between Amber and Josh, where Amber is talking about wanting to throw Berna into the elimination and just hoping that she leaves this game very soon because she doesn't like her vibe. She doesn't like how she conducts herself in this game. And I find this very interesting that we have a switcheroo here because last episode we had Berna talking to Casey about wanting to target Amber and send her into the elimination to get her out of the game because she didn't like how she was talking about being betrayed and blindsided and didn't like her vibe and her starting up trouble in the house. And now we move to this episode, the very next episode, where now we have Amber talking to Josh about Berna and how she's been blindsided and she doesn't like her vibe in the house and now she wants her gone. I think that this is pretty funny. But now everybody gets their gear on, heads down to meet TJ at this week's mission called Dive Bomb. Where in this mission, teams are gonna have to put together a puzzle. Half of the puzzle is in a box right next to their station, and the other half is scattered throughout the ocean. They're gonna have to go collect them, then grab a key to unlock their box and put the puzzle together. The team that completes their puzzle the quickest wins into the agency, wins power, and wins safety. Now, this was played in 3 heats. The first heat had Jeremiah and Big T, Devin and Amber, Tori and Ed, and Amanda and Kyle. And first of all, I have to say, I don't know what Jeremiah and Big T's strategy was going into this, but it was not working. First of all, Jeremiah was like, come on, Big T, we need to win. I hate to lose, and I need some power and I need some safety. But Big T was doing actually pretty well in this mission where Jeremiah was like doing circles around the puzzle pieces. He wasn't going underneath the water, and then they decide that Big T was going to be the one to go retrieve the key by climbing the rope. Isn't Jeremiah like well over 6 feet? Why isn't he the one going up there and collecting the key? That made no sense to me. Now in this heat, I thought Devin and Amanda had the best shot of winning, and it comes down to Devin and Amber winning the first heat, and then we move on to the second heat, which is Ashley and Josh, Priscilla and Nelson, and Berna and Huey, and we get to see a little bit of Scubanelli in this episode. Now when watching this heat, I was a little annoyed with the editing team for the challenge because Huey and Berna get off to an early lead, they get their puzzle pieces first, and they're doing a really good job, but as the round went on, we had more and more vets popping up going like, oh my gosh, is Huey and Berna gonna win? This is the worst possible situation. They're the only rookie team. If they win, then the whole plan is blown up. We're gonna have to go up against each other. The Vet Truce is gonna be off. I can't believe this. They can't win. We had so many people popping up, and then we go to a commercial break, and then not even a minute back from the commercial break, we see Josh and Ashley win. It's like, I get you're trying to have this tension. Maybe have Amber pop up going like, Berna and Huey can't win. I need Berna out of this game. She's coming after me. But to have so many people pop up and just talk about it and then it not coming to fruition or not even be close is just rather ridiculous. And for the final heat, we have Corey and Bettina, Uncle CT and Emmy, Casey and Emmanuel, and Logan and Nani. In the beginning, Nani had a little bit of troubles getting her puzzle pieces, but when taking a look at this round, this is CT's to win. He's gonna slay this puzzle. We already had Casey and Emmanuel and CT going up against each other in a puzzle where CT won even from being behind just a couple of seconds. And taking a look at everybody else in the heat, I mean, come on now, CT is bound to win this one, and he does. And so the top 3 teams is Devin and Amber, Ashley and Josh, and CT and Emmy. And the team that wins this mission is CT and Emmy gets super emotional. It was just last week she was at the bottom in a rookie team, having to go into the elimination, put her neck on the line to get the partner that she wanted, and now look at her. She's in the agency getting her first daily win, and now we come back to the house just to see Kyle yawn, and then everybody gets all dolled up to go to the club, and everybody's having a good time dancing, and then Berna is seen talking to Huey about being betrayed and blindsided. Okay, just twice. She's only going to talk about it twice, but she talks about being blindsided and betrayed, and she doesn't want to go out this week because Emmy and CT, her old partner and the person that she was blindsided by, are in power, and she doesn't want to give them the satisfaction that they were the ones in power when she got sent home, so she wants to win this so badly. Then we have Jeremiah and Priscilla talking in the club. Jeremiah is like, I want to go into the elimination. I want to have the opportunity to get a partner that I think is strong and to run this game with and give me some protection. I love Big T, but I feel like I need a different partner. And Priscilla's like, I'm probably going to be going into the elimination as well. So if we're down there together, let's give it our all. We'll give it our all for each other, and we'll come back into this house and shake things up. Then we see a conversation between Amber and Bettina, where Amber is like, I want to go into the elimination. My challenge boyfriend, Jeremiah, is wanting to go into the elimination. I want to know he has a good partner. I want to give him the best shot of winning. And if I have a hand in sending Berna home, I'm down for it. So she goes and talks to Casey and Josh about wanting to go into the elimination, and they're both like, sleep on it, and then come back to me in the morning if you really want to go into the elimination. The very next scene, we're at the nomination ceremony where Berna is talking about feeling blindsided and betrayed. Oh my goodness. Okay, so, hey, maybe it's not just Amber who wants to talk about being blindsided and betrayed when they're blindsided and betrayed. After Berna talks to Emmy and CT, she then turns her direction over to Devin and Amber and says, yes, I voted for you last time we were here in the nomination ceremony. And this opens up a conversation between Amber and Berna, and both of them just talk about how much they dislike each other, that they're not letting each other speak and they're not having a real conversation. Things get very loud, and that's when everybody's trying to calm them down because, hey, we only got 20 minutes to vote somebody into the elimination. That's when the conversation turns over to Priscilla, who asks Amber, hey, I heard allegedly that you wanted to go into the elimination. Is that still your stance? Do you still want to go into the elimination? And Amber is like, I've had conversations with people that I can trust, but it's out of my hands now. Jeremiah says that he's ready to go in and he wants to go in. Emmanuel says that, hey, if you go in, don't steal Casey or I'll drink your blood. And I think he was pointing that to the whole house, but he was definitely looking at Jeremiah because Jeremiah wants to go into the elimination. And right before we get to the votes, this is when Tori decides to let everybody in on sort of a strategy that's been going on. And Tori's like, hey, just letting everybody know, whoever wins the elimination, make sure you pick a vet who's in a vet rookie team, because then we can have a rookie team, and that will be the next house vote. If you split up a vet team, then everybody will be on like equal playing field, which we know is not true, but it does give you a possibility of being voted into the next house vote if, say, there are no rookie teams. And Ashley's like, I second this, so be sure you don't break up any vet teams or your butt is going back into the elimination because you're gonna have a huge target on your backside. And Priscilla's like, is that a threat? I think that's a threat. We get to the house vote, and of course it's Berna and Huey, and from the aftermath, we see it was a landslide. Nobody voted anywhere differently. They all voted for Berna and Huey. We get a couple of scenes right before going to meet TJ at the lair where we have Huey talking about how he wants to win this money to become a dad, and then we have the alarms going off, and Priscilla and Berna share a hug, and then they all go down to meet TJ at the lair, where he has Berna and Huey join him on the elimination ground, and then he turns it over to the agency and asking them who they want to send into the elimination against Huey and Berna, and both of them agree to send in Jeremiah and Priscilla. No Amber. CT did not want to risk it. Why not go with a bona fide rookie? Don't want to screw up anything and possibly send Amber home. And really, CT sees Amber as an asset. If she's there at the end of the game, maybe he wants to be paired up with her to run the final again and possibly try to win again. But that's just my speculation. Now let's get to the elimination called Race to Escape, where teams are going to be bound back to back by their hands. They're going to have to climb this pole backwards and then get to where there's like this giant axe head at the top, and they're going to have to cut the rope on one of their hands, and then they're going to zip line to the ground. The first team to zip line to the ground wins the elimination, gets to swap partners while the other duo is sent packing. I actually really enjoyed this elimination. It kind of reminded me of Mulan, the cartoon, when she had to like climb up the pole, except there's two people doing this one and they had to climb backwards. I thought this was very creative. Jeremiah and Priscilla were killing this elimination. They were absolutely dominating, working well together. Priscilla was actually taking charge in this elimination, going right, left, to try to get them on the same side. And then we have Berna and Huey not doing so well. Huey can't get his footing in this elimination, and also he has such a big behind that when he was trying to like walk up, it was like constantly hitting into the pole, and he couldn't like stay one with the pole or flushed with the pole. So when he was going up, he kept on losing his balance because his backside kept on bouncing off the pole. They were struggling, but both teams do get up to the top razor. They're cutting their ropes. To me, I felt like Priscilla and Jeremiah were in the driver's seat the whole time. No matter what the confessionals or the edit was trying to say, Priscilla and Jeremiah were cutting like one strand of rope for the longest time, and I think they were just trying to elongate how this elimination was. They were trying to make it closer than it was, but finally, Priscilla and Jeremiah were able to get through their rope, slide down this zip line, and they were having a ball dancing and celebrating, knowing that they were going to really switch up partners and stir the pot in this game and really screw things up for these vets. Berna shares a goodbye hug with Nelson, and then Huey and her are eliminated from the game, and now we have Jeremiah and Priscilla both say that they don't want to be partnered up with each other. They don't want their old partnerships. And so now they have a decision to make. Priscilla's up first. She turns around and she's like, hey, remember that threat that happened in the nomination ceremony where we're not supposed to break up vet teams? Well, I don't take kindly the threats, and I'm gonna break y'all up. So guess what? Josh, you're my new partner. Come down here, and now there's no more rookie teams no matter what. Let's get this game going. I love this moment. It took 8 episodes to finally stop having rookie teams, and it was beautiful. All hail Queen Priscilla because she kicked off this season. It's about to get spicy. I'm excited. Jeremiah picks Tori, meaning that Ed and Ashley are going to be new teams, and Nelson and Big T are going to be new teams. And so we have 4 brand new teams heading into next week's episode, and legit, I cannot wait because I can't fully predict what's going to happen in next episode. Who's going to be the house vote? Who's going to be sent into the elimination? I don't know because there's no rookie teams. I'm so happy. I'm excited to see what's going to happen next. But what do you think about this episode? Let me know that in the comment section below. What do you think about the daily challenge? What do you think about the elimination? And what were your thoughts when Priscilla picked Josh to be her partner? At first, I was a little confused that she went with Josh, but it kind of makes sense. She probably has a good amount of conversation with her, way better than she did probably with Kyle or Devin. So she probably had some rapport with Josh. And also, Josh is well linked within this house. He has the Big Brother Alliance. He's very well in with Devin and the vets. So the next house vote, they're most likely not going to get voted in because Devin has a lot of pull and him and Devin are like this. So I think it was a really good idea that Priscilla picked Josh to be her new partner, and I legit can't wait for next episode. What did you think about everything that happened in this episode? Let me know that in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching. While you're down there, hit that like and subscribe button. I'll be back really soon with more Challenge 37 content, more challenge content, more content in general. But until then, peace.